What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pleeka. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're talking about Flash Season 4, Episode 20, Therefore She Is.
You've located everything we need.
He's got to be building something. He's taking whatever he wants, killing anybody that gets in the way. He's stealing pieces of tech for God knows why. We have to figure out what he's building right now.
We can lead them on the true path.
Clifford, the plan is to save them.
We can't save everyone, my love.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7.
So there's only 3 episodes left to Flash now. Seems like this season kind of flew by.
Yeah.
Even though there was like a 2-month break at one point. It seems like this season's going by pretty quick. But so we start out with a flashback. 8 years ago, it's DeVoe and his wife, and they're arguing about humanity. Like, seems like it's all like the professors at the school all having like a little chat about it, and then
like a debate.
Yeah, and then the kids are all watching.
Yeah.
And that was kind of interesting. I kind of was a little over the flashbacks until like the very last one. Then I was like, oh, it's kind of neat because it kind of goes full circle with everything.
Yeah, it was interesting. I kind of liked it just because.
I liked it. I felt like it was weird seeing it now in episode 20. I wish we would have saw that earlier because then it would have been kind of cooler to see. I felt like
it's weird how like
but like I think they did it to show. Oh, this is the first time they're reading it now. She's against him.
Well, like he's the thinker and he's got all the plans and stuff, but she's still kind of in charge.
Yeah, unless she's being roofied.
Well, yeah, unless he's drugging her. But
yeah,
like,
but for the most part, she is kind of in charge. So then Gypsy opens up a breach. She sends a little message to Cisco and says, you know, my dad still wants to know if you want the job or not. Which that kind of opens up this side story of this whole episode, almost the main story. Of is Cisco going to take the job? Is him and Gypsy going to break up? All this shit. Which I found that kind of interesting. I like them together, so I think that it's always cool to see them together. And then while trying to spike Caitlin's her adrenaline, they end up, the whole team ends up finding out that Harry's losing his intelligence.
Yeah, well, he said he was going to tell him when the time is right.
Yeah, and then he started forgetting things like they're like, what do you mean? We just talked about this.
Yeah.
So then they all find out. So then like we're gonna find a cure, and he's like he keeps moping because like what am I without my intelligence?
Right.
Which
he's got a point.
I really kind of like the thing they did that not fix it, but like him and Cecile's team up with like his intelligence.
Yeah, for some reason
that was cool.
They're like the two of them are good together. And
yeah.
Like, you wouldn't expect.
Yeah,
them
I would have
to
never
even
expected
be
that
together.
But yeah, I really like that. So then DeVoe steals from a lab. He makes a security guard shoot himself, which I was surprised that, like, they're doing all that tease, and then afterwards the guy's just dead there.
Yeah.
I was surprised that they actually, let the guy do it, even though they didn't show it on TV.
Right.
So he does that, and then Barry comes up with the idea of Cisco and Gypsy to, like, both be vibing a thing to double Vibe's powers so then they could start finding where, DeVoe is. And Cisco really didn't want her to come because he didn't want to have to give an answer for his job.
Yeah. It's funny because, I mean, eventually you got to answer. And like, I don't know. It's funny because they both kind of didn't want it, but then...
But they wanted to be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think I like the flashbacks more than I like their story together. Like...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah, I could tell. I don't know.
Although you're not really a fan of Gypsy. You've said that even last season.
Yeah. I mean, she's okay. I mean, I don't, like, dislike her or anything, but I like... If they're not together, it's not the end of the world for me.
Yeah. You know what I just thought about? I don't even know when he showed up with the accelerated man was supposed to be in this episode. It must have been, like, such a quick cameo, like, we missed it.
Yeah, I guess.
Because, like, there's pictures of him on set with the directors, and I completely forgot about that.
Well, I was kind of waiting. I thought when they went to Earth 19... They were
I wonder if he was there, and, like, it was just... I don't know. I'd never even thought about that till just now. Well, if you saw him, comment down below when he was in the episode.
Hey, dumbass, he was right here.
Yeah, because I completely missed it. I just remember that right now. So then, Gypsy and Cisco both vibe. They figure out that DeVoe's going to a shipping yard. They go there to try to stop him, and then he ends up sending Flash to like the Aurora Borealis. Basically, is what it looked like.
Yeah.
And then Gypsy and Vibe start fighting, and then Barry finds out that Vibe got offered a job.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny way to do it. He's like, yeah, see? He goes, if we're going to argue like this, I can't take the job.
Yeah.
And Barry's like, what job?
Yeah, and then after I did like how Barry kept getting into their relationship. Almost he's like he followed her all the way to Jetters and took her back to Star Labs, made them talk and all that. It was kind of funny. And also how they had her sitting there drinking shots of like espresso like it was like a bar or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I kind of like how Barry did it too. It wasn't like he was trying to get him to talk, but it wasn't that. Like it wasn't like he was
wasn't
annoying
like
about it.
Yeah, He was just like, they need, like, he wasn't like telling them what to say or do to help each other. They were
Yeah.
just, you two need to talk it out. So like, talk it out.
Because they would both talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really liked that too. So then the next thing, Cecile figures out that she could like see what Harry's thinking and then write it down before it disappears out of his mind, which I thought that was a real cool
Do
thing.
you
to come
think
up with
he
this
could do
episode.
that? But I guess it
Well, no,
just
because it just like he thinks that and he's like, what was that?
So like, she's like, oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
It
But
was
that-
weird,
I,
but
th-
it was,
I
it
thought that was
whatever.
very cool.
Yeah.
And it totally made sense in the like.
Oh
how they-
yeah,
how
no,
they
it
did
did.
it.
It did.
I thought it was a really cool thing to do, and it gave both characters something to do
yeah.
in the episode. Which a lot of the times Cecile's just kind of there, like she hasn't even been
Yeah.
in the past
Well-
like 5 episodes.
Yeah, but when she has been there this season, she's been helpful.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
season more than the past ones for sure. So Barry figures out that DeVoe is making multiple satellites, and he's going to Mercury Labs to get their type of computer shit that they have there. So then they go there to catch him off guard, but they actually almost defeat DeVoe there. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because they think it's the first time they've gotten that close.
It's funny because they're like, well, now we're gonna go, and he'll never expect us.
Yeah,
and I was
we're just like, oh, that's you say every fucking
I
time.
know.
But then they did that, and like they actually kicked his ass pretty bad until his wife, which is weird because she left. If she wouldn't have like
Yeah.
kicked Cisco's ass,
Right.
they would have won.
Yeah.
And then he almost kills Gypsy. I actually thought I remembered at that point. That's where I thought the Accelerated Man was gonna come and he was gonna save him, but then like get out of there or whatever. Because the only other scene we saw was him and Gypsy talking together. So I thought, oh, maybe he's like linked to her or something.
Right.
And then he never showed up, as far as I saw.
Did you think? Do you think he was gonna kill Gypsy?
I kind of wondered because like it was all about Cisco and Gypsy, and she's not in the show that much. So I was like, oh, maybe he will kill her.
Yeah, I kind
I-
of thought it would have been. I don't know if "cool" is the right word, but
It would have made him seem more of a villain.
if he
Even though
would've
he
killed-
already seems like one, but it would have been like, oh, he's killed Ralph, now he's killed her.
yeah,
Like it would have made him seem like he had more stakes.
I don't count Ralph because I think he's gonna come back.
Yeah, he's for sure coming back.
He is.
I mean, he's there's pictures of him in the last episode, dressed as himself, and there's also pictures of DeVoe. So I'm sure he has to come back, but I don't know how.
Right.
Because there's also rumors that Barry's gonna go and pluck him out of time and do that because it'll fuck shit up. But I don't know. But I think for sure he'll be back.
Barry would fuck up time. That's weird.
Yeah, I know. Who would have thought? So then Cecile and Harry find out DeVoe wants to remove human intelligence, which is kind of crazy. Basically, make every human in the world dumb.
I don't know how that would help anything.
Well, it's like his wife said. I guess the next thing, his wife ends up leaving him. So she figured like he just wants to rule everybody. He
Yeah.
wants to make everybody dumb, so then he's in charge of the world. Which he wants to get rid of technology. That's his original thing. Which I figure like that's
Yeah.
weird. You're just gonna wipe everybody's mind of like, oh, I don't have an iPad anymore.
Yeah. Well, and
But like the thing is, like,
it's funny
the
because he
the
needs
electronics-
technology to do that.
yeah, and that's what I thought the whole time. It didn't make very much sense about
Yeah.
that. But like, so say he wiped our intelligence right now, then I'm like, oh, what's this, an iPhone? And then you think humans would like start picking back up again, pretty like,
Yeah, but that's what he said a reboot, so that's what he'd want.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
But to
whatever.
me, I don't know. It seemed it made sense, but at the same time, it was kind of weird. Especially like I kept thinking the part like, oh, you don't want them using computers and you want their intelligence wiped down, but then you're gonna have your wife do this. No, I found the bus meta.
Yeah,
Like it's very like contradictive a little bit.
a little bit. Yeah.
And then we got another little end credit scene with the mystery girl, and they very much wanted us to think that this is Cecile and Joe's baby, or at least somehow connected to that. I think that was way too obvious.
Yeah, you're not buying it.
I'm not. Yeah, I think. But I don't know. I feel like it'd be weird if it was that. I don't know why. I can't really explain why I think that'd be weird, but I feel like that'd be.
The only
too
thing you got
odd.
going for you is she did disappear as soon as Iris got up.
Yeah, she saw Iris. Like the look on her face, and she's like, "Oh shit, I can't talk to her."
Yeah.
Which is weird though, 'cause she did talk. If she is Barry's child, she did talk to Barry at his wedding. But maybe like
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe like she knows in that scene she can talk to Cecile and Joe, and if she like I don't know. It'd be very interesting how this ties into season 5 because I know she's supposed to be like a main part.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. It's kind of cool just to have someone else like involved. And,
Yeah.
Like she zipped away, and we're like, oh well. I guess
Did you notice that her lightning was multiple different colors of lightning, kind of like the Speed Force storm we saw last season?
I noticed it was different than Flash's, and I knew you would know exactly what color it was. And
it looked literally like they took like the lightning storm, like the Speed Force storm, and just kind of like transitioned it
really?
into her running, because it was like yellow, blue, white. Like it
I
was
noticed
like
like
all
the blue whitish thing.
Yeah.
But that's all.
So I wonder if that means anything, or if there's like that's her color, because like sometimes Wally's is like a different color. The Accelerated Man's was purple.
Right.
So who really knows exact? Because like in the comics, it's different colors for how fast they are.
Oh.
But in the show, that doesn't really seem to
No.
do anything really.
Right.
But overall, I thought this episode was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't like the greatest episode in the world,
Yeah,
but it was.
But
good.
I think this was a good episode, like teed up, and I think these last 3 now will be great.
Yeah.
They usually at the end, like these shows, it's like the first 5 are really good, and then there's like okay episodes in between, and then the last couple are really
Where do
good.
you think the Thinker's wife went?
I assumed she was gonna go to Team Flash, but in the next one it didn't quite look like that. So I'm wondering if we're not gonna see her at all next episode, and then like
show
the
up
last 2 or something, she'll show up.
Well, if she shows up at Star Labs, they're not gonna believe her.
They maybe could, if she does, like if she I don't know, she would have to show up and like really have to like seem really nice.
Well, but that's the thing is like she.
But then she did literally just try to kill Cisco.
Yeah, and he's been trying to trick him like for 20 episodes.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, is this another trick? I feel like if she does show up, we'll probably see her in their little like jail cell they have down there, and they'll have a whole thing where they talk to her, and by the end of the episode, like they're like, all right, let's get the Thinker, and then the
Yeah.
last episode they'll go or whatever.
And no one will believe her, but.
But like either Barry will or Iris will be like, no guys, you have to, like no one will be, like it'll be that one person.
Yeah,
Probably.
I think it'd be Barry.
Probably. He seems to be the more like of the optimistic one most of the
for
time.
sure, yeah.
I
I mean, look at this episode.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, any last things you want to say about this episode? Anything you're looking forward to next week? Are you looking forward to them getting Blacksmith? I can't remember her name.
Oh, yeah,
Amy
kinda.
Annette Black. I don't know why I said Blacksmith.
Kind of, because she's this close to being annoying, but she's kind of cool.
No, I get that. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like in the Girls Night Out episode they did. That was like episode 4 or 5 with
Oh God,
all
that
the
seems
girls
like
together.
Last year almost.
Yeah, I know. I thought she was kind of annoying in some parts in that, but then the
Yeah.
other episodes she was in, I liked her.
Yeah.
Like when the one where they got Barry out of jail and all that, like she was the buyer of them.
Yeah.
I liked her in that. So it'll be interesting
she-
how,
and
especially
she
with her
ca-
teaming up with Team Flash. That'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's almost like bringing like Captain Cold or someone over.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But all right, so that's it for this Flash review this week. We'll be back next Tuesday with another review on Flash. If you like this video, please give the video a like, subscribe, comment down below if you saw the Accelerated Man, because we didn't. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Tuesday.
I hope they didn't, 'cause that'd be embarrassing.